Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Lucas, and today I want to bring you guys a video. It's going to be kind of like a summer hacks slash FTM life hacks kind of video. I have a lot to say, so I'm going to kind of go quickly. Also, I'm going to be announcing the giveaway winners at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. So starting off, I really just want to start off with saying, obviously these are things that I've learned throughout the past couple years, battling the summer, battling the heat, battling my dysphoria, and all of these things. I've kind of gathered information. Also, this might be a little bit redundant, just like things that people have previously mentioned before, but nonetheless, have worked for me. These are all things that I've done. So the first thing I really want to start off with is during the summer, obviously binding gets really complicated because it's just like, personally, I work very like labor intensive kind of work, meaning I'm outside and I'm doing a lot of action. So for me, binding was kind of impossible over the years, just because I began to have back problems, and also just like, it's really uncomfortable to be in a binder, sweating, and then doing work in the heat. It can be really dangerous. So I chose not to bind within the last 2 summers, I believe. I stopped binding during the summer. Obviously, if I went to a party or at night, I could bind, and I did. But like during the day, during work, I did not. And I was actually rather large chest. And the way I hid it was I would wear a open like short sleeve shirt. So I would wear like a t-shirt, and then over that, I would wear like a short sleeve, and that would kind of mask it. Obviously, my posture was always shitty, so it's like I was kind of like hindered, and I would always make sure that my hands are kind of like in the center of my body, protecting in case anybody like rubbed up against me. Obviously, this is not ideal, but this is how I dealt with it, because I would rather do that than wear that binder, because I would feel like I would want to pass out. So that's like my main tip from this video, and the first one that I'm giving out. It's like short sleeve shirts are amazing during the summer. They definitely help cover up, and I know it because I was a larger chest, and it helped me so much. Also, going with that, like I just think generally, like even long sleeve shirts always look really good if you're wearing a binder, if you're not wearing a binder, if it's summer and if it's not summer. Long sleeve shirts, they kind of give you like a much more professional, older look, which can help you definitely pass, which is another tip I have for you guys. Make sure your style is kind of like, I don't want to say older-ish, but it's like more mature. I see some guys, like they wear really things that are like for teenagers, like flowery and stuff, and obviously there's nothing wrong with that, but I just think if you're preteen and you're trying to pass and this is important to you, you kind of want to wear like darker colors, more masculine and more mature kind of things. Like look at shops like J. Crew, look at shops like Banana Republic, where like older men shop at, and see a couple things like, or staples of items that can work with your wardrobe. Next thing up on the list is really breathable shirts. These are kind of like working out shirts with that breathable material. I would wear these under the short sleeve shirt, and these are so good for keeping cool, especially if you're layering up. I believe Uniqlo also sells like cool, like keeping cool kind of shirts, and they're not that expensive, so you might want to look into that. Always it's all about keeping cool in the summer and staying comfortable. Nonetheless, I want to keep the folks in mind who do bind, because it is necessary, and they don't feel comfortable not binding because of dysphoria, whatever the case may be. Use baby powder if you don't already, like make sure you're using the powder on your chest throughout the day. Carry like a little bottle, and then just gradually do it throughout the day in order to keep kind of like the sweating down over there, and not build up like a smell or like acne. That really does help. So depending on where you live, this might apply or might not apply to you. I live in an area where there's like a million Starbucks, and this was like my pit stop. During the summer, or just like anytime really, like a bathroom, because it's all gender neutral. Also just like rehydrating, like getting a drink. And then also if you're preteen and you don't know the name, or you don't know the name you want to kind of go with, and you're just kind of questioning, try out different names, give it to the barista and see how you like it when they call it out. So it's like Starbucks or like any store like that is really good, just like to use as like a pit stop for any time, and like kind of like rehydrate and do everything you need to do. Also, a really good one that I don't see often said enough is a cap. don't get like one of these fitted caps where it's like, oh, like really squarish, especially if you have like a narrow face, if you're like preteen or just starting or whatever the case may be. You know, get one of those ones that are kind of like more molded and kind of sculpted down, kind of like a baseball cap, but like the real baseball caps and not like the fitted kind of caps. And those will be way more flattering to your face. They'll keep you cool and it'll kind of give you kind of like a low-key kind of vibe, you know, especially if you're trying to pass. So for swimming, you know, swimming is a very complicated thing, especially if you're pre-T and pre-op, because I never swam. I never went to the beach, I never went to pool. I just thought it was really triggering, and the fact that I just couldn't take off my shirt and I would have to wear a shirt, it was just like an awful idea to me. So I would just prefer not to go to the beach, and I was just like, okay, I'll just do my thing, stay home, whatever the case may be. But, you know, get a rash guard. I am a few months now post-op, and I still have like really red incisions and they're really clear, and I don't know how I feel about going in public and making them visible like that, and also just exposing my scars to the sun. So a rash guard is a really good way to tackle that. They make them like in all colors and shapes and stuff. I don't know if you can bind with it. Like, I wouldn't recommend it. Like, I think binding, you know, obviously compressing your like chest and then going in the water makes it really heavy to breathe. I think it might be kind of dangerous. People do it. I don't really know about that. But just a rash guard in general, if you're looking for something to layer up with. And the last one I have for you guys, which is really important, and I suggest you do it, stretch your back. You know, every day, just do like 20 minutes of stretching your back. You know, bad posture, binding, all of these things combined really, really fuck up your back over the years. My back is fucked up from binding, fucked up from posture. Throughout the years, I've kind of like, you know, I stretch a little bit, but not often. But if you can have a routine of stretching your back, you will feel so much like tension relieved, and it would just help you like stay not like with knots and like a hurting back, especially if you're binding, especially if you don't work out. But besides that, I really don't have any other things to say. If you guys know something really, like a really good tip, and you want to leave in the comments for anybody else to read, please feel free to do so. Again, video suggestions are always open. Thank you for watching. I hope this was somewhat helpful, and good luck out there and stay safe.